Hello people, this is Power here to review the Kamen Ghost Gadget Series 01 Condor Denwa. I hope I got that name correct. I'm just gonna kind of wing it for these ones, because obviously during post I'll actually put the correct title. Obviously I don't have the box for this one, so we're just gonna jump straight into this. Obviously this is the first of the Ghost Gadget series and such. I don't know if I really need to describe what exactly the Ghost Gadgets are. This is the first series since Wizard to actually have like a gadget series and such. And yeah, obviously the first one being the Condor Denwa, which is obviously just the Condor phone. Denwa is definitely not phone, but telephone or whatever, because obviously the next one. So yeah, as you can tell from this one, this one's based off of a rotary phone, which I really like overall. It's a really nice. I really like the design overall. Obviously, it's mostly cast in the similar like gunmetal gray plastic that we're used to, along with some highlights of green, obviously because this is related to Robin Hood. And we actually do have the orange that does get carried over within Ghost products and such. Obviously, what you can only do in Denwa mode, you can spin the phone and such. It's obviously just that it doesn't sadly function like a rotary phone. Like it doesn't do that and then like spring itself back and such. It kind of sucks, but I get it. But you know, it's fun. And then obviously you can pull the phone out and then fold the Condor down to answer calls, because this is literally Takeru's personal phone and I love it so much. This is one of the best rider phones ever in the franchise. As you can see, like from here, you get the speaker and such, and I love this phone so much. So speaking of this, as we have already taken this off to transform this into the Condor, simply zoom this out first of all. Then you want to turn this upside down like so. And then you want to spin the dial so that it's facing up. Then you want to spread the back stand up like so. And then you want to lift these lower portions up to become wings and such. And then as you can see from here, you got clips and such. As we zoom in. And then basically with this, you just simply want to turn this and see that you have clips up there. And then you want to simply clip it in or clip it down like so. And now you have it in Condor mode, which again, I'll say this is pretty cool because we never really had, we never really had anything based off a Condor specifically. So I just really like how this looks overall. It's, the neck is nicely long, the wingspan is reasonable, and the body is like fine, even though it might be like a bit blocky. But like other than that, like I just really like the overall look of the Condor. And technically this is like the only articulation it has. You have to hold this down because this does really like coming off a lot and such. And like, you can just pretend this thing is swatting and such. Like heck, you can even like put it in a flying position, which is pretty neat. But obviously this is for later stuff. Speaking of later stuff, let's get into the entire point of the Ghost Gadget series, which is its compatibility with the Gun Saber, which is actually pretty cool, because as I mentioned before, there's this obvious slot here for things, to which then you obviously can put the gadgets together with the Gun Saber to make more combinations. So to prep the Condor for the Gun Saber, we're going to remove the head, and I think we're going to rotate this back into the phone mode. I don't remember what formation this is supposed to be at specifically. But you can see this entire other clips section here. Basically, we're going to straighten the Condor neck and then simply turn it like so. And then again, use the same clips, but then you can see this big empty slot like so. And we're just simply going to clip this underneath there to create an arrow for the Condor and such, which this is an actual handle. And then for the Gun Saber, we're going to just simply act like we're transforming this into gun mode, but you don't want to do anything else. You want to actually keep the blade like so. Last but not least, you see this section like so. You want to slide it through this track within the Gun Saber. Once you get the two combined, you get a sound acknowledging that you combine the two. Now, you got the Gun Saber in arrow mode, which I really like it overall. The size is really interesting. Just like the big amount, just how much the Condor add to the Gun Saber is really neat. I really like how the colors flow. I'm sorry if everything's kind of getting washed out, but like, I really like how just it flows. The Gun Saber is really interesting because, like, yeah, despite the fact that the way Takaru shoots is that he just pulls off like a energy line, you know, it's still activated with via trigger, which is pretty interesting and such. And it's just really impressive overall and such. Because again, the way you handle this is literally by this front handle and then the trigger here. Speaking of the trigger, we only get one singular attack sound, which does emit a green LED and does a signify sound of the gadget. And such. And then obviously, as normal, we can do the Omega Drive via scanning this. So let me hold it from here. So there we get the Omega Strike, which is pretty neat, and it makes sense. So to detach the Condor off the Gun Saber, you actually are going to press this button off of the Condor, and then just simply slide it off, like so. Obviously reform this back into the Saber. And to reform this back into the Denwa, just simply fold the wings up. And then to remove this part out of this section, you're actually going to press this lever down and pull it off like so. I don't know why they did that, but you know, extra securance is pretty neat and such. But yeah, my thoughts overall on the Condor Denwa. I like it. It's again one of my favorite phones to come out of the franchise that isn't the Fi's Phone 10, but like, I like the idea of a portable rotary phone, battery exhaust, whoop-de-doo. Overall, I just really like all three modes of this thing. Like, again, I really like the Denwa mode, I really like the Condor, I really like the Arrow mode. The Arrow mode really, like, you know, it's a really impressive arrow. Like, yeah, I get that it's weird that you use a trigger and such. But then again, it's like, who underhands a bow? You know, it's like, why is it that we question just like how the arrow mode of the Gun Saber works, but not like how guy murders use the bow of like underhanding it or like twisting the like string? Like, I get it. It's like, well, because they're actual bows, and it's like, yeah, but like, the Gun Saber is literally a sword that transforms into a bow, so it's like, it's the same logic, basically. But other than that, I I got this for like 400 yen off of Mandarake like 2 years ago. I don't remember, but I got it for really cheap, and I suggest for you to get these for really cheap and such. I feel like that's the best way to enjoy these gadgets is if you get them for like dirt cheap and such, just because you know you probably actually enjoy it a lot more rather than like getting it for the full price. I don't remember the full prices for these things. I think they were about like at least $20, 20 to 30 at best. But yeah, really like this one overall. Now what to do with this review, so this is power, and I'll leave people. Bye.